The abundance of plants is a neglected factor in climate change. In other words, if plants were more abundant, it would be good because it would cool our temperatures, but you almost never hear anything about that in reportage on climate change, and the scientists that are giving the official pronouncements about what we need to do rarely talk about it either. It's there in places, but not in proportion to the importance or the opportunities that are involved. So plants store water. Every plant is a reservoir of water. A community of plants is a reservoir of water. We need abundant amounts of water to be stored within plants so they can transpire and create a cooling effect. So the more plants you have in any given area, the more water they're going to transpire, and this creates a cooling effect. Don't we need to cool things off? Why are we not talking about the ability of plants to cool things off? So this cooling effect of plants when they transpire water and the water evaporates, I call it evaporative cooling. Not the first person, but that's what I like to call it, evaporative cooling. It's fairly straightforward and it gets straight to the point. When evaporation occurs, cooling happens. So this cooling effect dramatically reduces the greenhouse effect, since the greenhouse effect has multiple factors, one of which is surface temperature. So the greenhouse effect is misunderstood. It is commonly thought that the only thing that causes the greenhouse effect is greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide and methane and nitrous oxide, greenhouse gases are one factor in the greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect is simply there's more energy coming in than going out. We have mechanisms for energy to come in and stay here, and we have mechanisms for energy to go out. So there's more energy coming in than going out. Surface temperatures have an effect on the greenhouse effect. If you have cooler surface temperatures, then that reduces the greenhouse effect. If you have more plants, you have cooler surface temperatures. You have more surfaces that are cooler. So one tremendous factor that could reduce the greenhouse effect is the amount of coverage of the ground of plant matter. If you have bare dirt here and plants over here, two different places, the same sun is shining on them, it's going to be cooler where there are plants. I've measured this myself. There's a dramatic difference between where plants are and where there's bare dirt. So this cooling effect dramatically reduces the greenhouse effect, since the greenhouse effect has multiple factors. Plant matter is a factor, a major factor. It's a major factor that, hey, nature would do a lot of this work for us if we would bring nature into the equation and let nature do more of the work. In fact, this planet is a rock without biology. This planet has life on it. It's a unique, as far as we know in the universe, this planet is unique in terms of the amount of life that it has. And so if we reduce the surface temperature and you reduce the greenhouse effect, so the life that we have, the plant life, could reduce the surface temperatures. Plus, the abundant plants, especially trees, increase the amount and consistency of regional rainfall, reducing drought. So if you have more plants, this improves and more trees, this improves the consistency of rainfall on a regional basis. So the abundance of plants is a neglected factor in climate change. Why people are not talking about this, why scientists are not talking about this, there's really no good reason.